Kosar, backpedaling, long ball, Webster Slaughter, he's got the ball, he's down to the 5-yard line, and the Browns have indeed a chance to win it.
I don't like losing. You got to know what it takes to win in the National Football League, and I think we're going to get there. I truly believe that. I think right now we're not.
With the first pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Baker Mayfield.
This is Everything Browns Nation, and now your host, a lifelong diehard Browns fan just like you. Here's Corey Boy.
All right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Everything Browns Nation. We are back and better than ever. It is Sunday. The Browns host the Falcons at 1 p.m. on Fox NFC channel, but it's okay. At home, I am sorry I could not make it last week. I felt lost. I feel lost right now, actually, because a whole week went by and I could not see my Browns Nation. You know what I mean. I don't see you, but you get the drift. I couldn't talk with you about the Browns, but I am here now. Let me know how you feel in the comments. Give us a like, a share. You can catch us on Facebook every week except last week because I couldn't make it. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but I am back. Let me know how you feel, where you are at. Bo says, go Browns from Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie says Dez Bryant is available again. Eddie, why don't you give him your Achilles? You are his agent. You got him signed. Go give him your Achilles, Eddie, so he can play. My man LA in the comment section is my favorite host with the most. I appreciate it. And our Laura BP is in. Good morning, Laura. Give us a share. Give us a like. Let's get this show started. And you see the map behind me with the great logo by my number one producer in the world, Producer G, making everything happen. This is Fan Chat Nation. We are the voice of the fans. Everything Browns Nation. Like I said, it's been a week. I feel like I have missed everything going on in Browns world. So if I missed something, let me know. We are at episode 14, and we have a poll question up. Will the Browns win another game this year? Yes or no? Go ahead, let me know in the comment section and click yes or no on the poll question. Will they win another game? 4-game losing streak. Had a lot of opportunities this year. They fell short. We got to get it together. Eric says, missed you last week. Glad to see you're on this week. Miss you too. Eric. Laura says yes. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where to start, but I'm going to start like I usually start. Now, if I was here last week, I would have told you we were going to lose to Kansas City. I would have said we are going to lose, and if you would have gave me any crap about it, I would have been like, are you kidding me? You have got to be joking. I don't know how you could have really, if you had truth serum, would have said we were going to beat Kansas City last week. Let's be real. We all knew we were not going to win that game. To me, that game going into it, I just wanted to see how we were going to look under Greg Williams as his first game as head coach. I wanted to see how different would we look on offense. That's what I wanted to look for because let's be honest, I didn't expect us to stop Kansas City. Who can stop Kansas City in the league? Nobody has. You have to outscore them. I didn't go into that game saying, hey, we're going to win against Kansas City. Let's be honest with ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. I know I was. I didn't think we were going to win. It would make me feel a little bit better because I felt terrible last weekend. But hey, I wanted to see how we looked. How did you feel last week under Greg Williams, the new interim head coach? What did you see different? What did you like? What didn't you like under Greg Williams, specifically on the offensive side of the ball? Because let's be honest, on the defensive side of the ball, everybody was dropping like flies. Everybody was getting injured. So you're not going to stop Kansas City when you're fully healthy. And when everybody's getting hurt, you don't have a shot in the atmosphere to stop Kansas City when you're not even healthy. So I wasn't even remotely surprised. I wasn't mad. I wasn't sad. I said, hey, it's the Chiefs. Whatever happens, happens. I wanted to see what we look like. And the positive outcome I came out of that game is holy moly, there was a Duke Johnson sighting last week. Oh my goodness. Thank you. My man Bo says, a good story for you. I was in Cleveland for my cousin's funeral. His request was from everybody that attended his funeral wear Browns jerseys. And he said, if anyone comes with a Steelers jersey, throw them out. He was a true Browns fan. So give my cousin Bobby Schmidt, I hope I said the name right, an honorable mention. Thank you, Go Browns. Shout out to your cousin, Bo. Shout out from everybody from Everything Browns Nation. Shout out to you. Shout out to Bo. Dave says, time to shock the world, Go Browns. Eric says, I think we can win one against the Bengals for sure. Eddie says, John Harbaugh will be the next Browns coach. And Marco says, good morning, everyone. What up, my guy, Corey? What up, producer G? Looking for Baker Mayfield to have a big game today. And Juan says, our cornerbacks are going to have a long day, but I think we can pull it off by a field goal. Natasha says, hey, Corey. She's barking in the comment sections. And LA says, shout out to producer G. Producer G getting a lot of shout outs because that's our guy, producer G.
Appreciate all the shout outs from everybody out there. Make sure you guys give us a like and share on the video. Go over to our YouTube channel, subscribe there as well. Make sure you turn on your notifications. We are live here, after all, every single Sunday, minus last week. And we are the voice of the fans. This is your show. This is your platform to get your opinions heard. So make sure you leave those comments coming in. Make sure you tell us where you're watching from. Make sure you answer that poll question. And, again, just thanks to everybody who's been commenting and watching so far today, and we really appreciate it.
We really do appreciate it. Thank you, producer G, the pro that you are. Eric says, do you think Greg Williams was too aggressive with 2-point conversions? Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you for bringing that up. Listen, I'm all for being aggressive. I know we were playing the high-powered offense that is Kansas City, but when you're aggressive on 2-point conversions, then you're chasing points for the rest of the game if you don't get the 2-point conversions. Now, I know some people say, well, it's a result-based league, and now you're questioning because of the result. No, I would say it even if we got the 2-point conversions. My philosophy on 2-point conversions is you go for them when you have to go for them. But that's just me. Why just go for it all willy-nilly? Let's just go for two to go for two. And then when you miss them, now you're chasing points that could matter at the end of the game. Now, I know in the Kansas City game, yeah, they were going to lose anyways. But when a game is tight, and instead of being a 10-point game, it's an 11-point game because you decided to go for two, that makes a difference. I don't like just going for two, to go for two, to be aggressive, to show it's a new era because I'm the coach. No. And I know our kicker can be shaky. Kick the extra point. Go for two when you have to go for two, when it's necessary, when the game is on the line and you need to either make it a one-score game or you have to tie it up. I don't just like going for two to show you're going to be aggressive, a new mentality. I hate chasing points when you don't have to. That was my theory on the going for two. I didn't like it. We never got it. It put us behind. Like I said, we weren't going to beat Kansas City anyways, but I didn't like going for two when we didn't have to. That's my theory on that. I hated it.
You big dummy.
Yeah, I like that. LA says, welcome back, Duke Johnson. Mindy says she likes the way Kitchens called the game. Defensive injuries killed us. LA says, I hate that we can't tackle. That's a major issue. It was. Especially when you're going against a team like Kansas City. I mean, come on. Kareem Hunt's good enough already. We can't miss tackles, ladies and gentlemen. This is the NFL. This isn't high school football. You have to wrap up, tackle, get him to the ground. Do not let him break tackles and waltz into the end zone. He was already motivated coming back to Cleveland, wanted to, him and Travis Kelce wanted to get touchdowns, and boy, they did. Let's tackle. I like that comment. Eric was with LA on that, and Bo says, thank you very much. He's looking down, drinking a beer, saying, go Browns. Was the one years ago that was on the cover of Time magazine throwing a snowball, LOL. So thank you again. Browns from Kentucky. I like that, Bo. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sharing that with us. We really appreciate it. Clint says agreed. And LA says, can we talk about Myles Garrett? Are you concerned that he's being so vocal now about everything? Where has Myles Garrett been? Where has he been? I haven't seen him anywhere. He hasn't been. I haven't seen him. Where has he been? Now, I know a lot of people say, hey, you don't play. I know I don't play. But I called for him to get 16 sacks. He started off hot. He started off on fire. Now I don't see him doing much right now. He came out. He has been talking a lot. Myles Garrett, he's a talker. This is what he does. I'm not concerned, but I'll tell you this. If you're going to talk, I'm going to need you to back it up. Okay? Please. Beginning of the year, he was backing it up. He said, I'm going after Ben, and he did it. I was like, yeah, he's making me look good. Now he's a little quiet. He's not impacting the game like he was at the beginning of the year. I'm not looking at stats. I'm looking at production when it matters most. Where's the turnovers? Where's making the quarterback scared in the pocket? Where's it at? I haven't seen it lately. Come on, Myles Garrett. If you're going to talk, back it up. I'm all for it if you back it up. I want to see you back it up. Pressure that quarterback so the DBs don't got to cover forever, especially against the quarterbacks we've been facing. Patrick Mahomes today, Matt Ryan after the bye week, Andy Dalton. Hey, We need pressure on the quarterback from the front four so we don't have to blitz, so the corners don't have to cover forever, so we can force those turnovers. You're our number one guy. Back it up if you're going to talk. I'm all for being confident. I'm all for coming out talking. Back it up. And stop with the offside stuff. How many times can you go offsides in the game? How many times can you go offsides in a game? Every time we're offsides, I know it's number 95. I don't even have to look. Offside defense, number 95. I already know who it is. You can't give an offense 5 yards being offsides. Not even jumping. You're just lining up offsides. You're just offsides. We have to fix that. Come on, Miles. Trying to get back through the comments. Thank you, LA, for that one. Jim says, agree. If Browns had a high 2.2 percentage, I get it. Browns don't have a high 2-point conversion percentage. Go with a higher percentage kick for now. JC's in the building with his terrible Pittsburgh. We don't want to hear that mess. Eddie says, is Mayfield the answer? Clint Cole says, we look like Penn State tackling in the fourth quarter of the Ohio State game. Thank you for that, champ producer G. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you know what it is. And Eric Minty says, I did love seeing the use of Duke and Chubb the right way last week. And I love Mindy's. Mindy says Mayfield is absolutely the answer, and I agree with Mindy. Listen, the reason why Mayfield is the answer, this guy hates losing. That's what I like to see in a quarterback. He hates losing. He gets hit in the head, gets up, talking mess to the defenders, showing he's a dog. Look, you gonna hit me, I'm gonna get back up in your face. I'm a dog. He is gaining the respect of the locker room each and every game. And let's be real. The reason why Hugh Jackson and Todd Haley got fired, first of all, losing, obviously. But they don't got time for that with Baker Mayfield. They ain't got time for the bickering. They ain't got time for that nonsense. Let's go. We have our quarterback. Now it's time to build a winning organization around him. We don't have time for this bickering and fighting and all this nonsense when we feel we have a guy that can win. Now, obviously, we only won 2 games this year, but they're thinking about the future. We can't lose this guy because he hates losing. And I seen a clip from Peyton Manning's detail. I got to watch the rest of it because Peyton Manning was my guy. And he likes what he sees out of Peyton Manning and out of Baker Mayfield. Hey, and that's all I need to know. But I like what I see out of Baker Mayfield. Mark says today will be the game people remember Mayfield, for he is going to go off. Jim says Myles Garrett's taking a very predictable to the wide rush. Tackle just going with his wide rush. Needs to be able to spin inside move as well. I like that. Clyde says we really miss Denzel Ward. He is our best tackler. Yes. When he went out with that hip injury, I was like, we're already going to lose, but man, my goodness. The floodgates will open with no Denzel Ward. Natasha says they need to keep the penalties down in order to win. Stop helping the teams get first downs. And LA says, I got to give a big dog bark to Tanner Vallejo. He's looking like a big dog. Give a big dog bark for that. You know what big dogs do. And ladies and gentlemen, 15 minutes into the show, this is Everything Browns Nation. I am your host, Corey Boyd. You are the co-host of Fans, Everything Browns Nation. This is your show, the voice of the fans. I'm just a guy yelling in the mic because it's what I do. Sorry I couldn't be here last week. Producer G is running the boards, making me look good. semi-good, whatever the case may be, looking clean on the screen. That's what he does. Fan Chat Nation, you can catch us on YouTube. Subscribe to Everything Browns Nation YouTube, Facebook. Give us a like. Give us a share. Let me know who your big dog of the game will be this week. Get it in the comment section. Give us a score. Let us know. And the poll question, yes or no, will the Browns win another game this year? Yes or no, will the Browns win another game? Also, get that in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Will the Browns win another game this year? Let us know. Like us, share us. Tell all your friends about the Browns. We all want to grow this nation as huge as possible because we've won 2 games this year. We possibly could have won a lot more. We want your voices to be heard. Let us know how you feel. Everything Browns Nation. Robert said, thanks for your time. Thank you, Robert, for being here. Mindy says, no need for Bell. We got Chubb and Duke. Matthew says, the O-line needs to protect Baker. Thank you, veterans, for your service. Veterans Day is tomorrow. Thank you to all the veterans. And I think that's what the thank you for your time was. They were not talking about me. So thank you, veterans. I missed the comment. Look at me. Yeah, thank you for your time. We ain't talking to you. Shut up. We don't care about your stupid time. We're talking to the veterans. My bad. Veterans Day is tomorrow. Thank you, veterans, for everything that you do. They're not thanking me for yelling. Thank you, veterans, for all your time. Jim says Baker Mayfield will be the big dog and Browns will win 2 more games this year. Ladies and gentlemen, the Browns fired Hugh Jackson. That's not breaking news. I just wasn't here last week, so I just wanted to say that. The Browns fired Hugh Jackson. Greg Williams is the interim head coach. And the next coach will be Jim Dorsey's call. Who do you want to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns next year? Who should be the coach of the Cleveland Browns next year? Now, there was a report that Haslam was going to have some say-so in the coaching vacancy. And then the report said, no, it's going to be Dorsey's call. I am so glad Haslam doesn't have any say-so because Haslam is the reason Hugh stayed for as long as he did. So who do you want to be the coach of this team next year? Who do you think Dorsey will pick? Now, I know that's a long ways from now. I don't even have the answer to that. I just wanted to see what the nation was thinking about. Who do you guys think should be the Browns coach? What are you hearing? There's a lot of names out there. Bruce Arians, Lincoln Riley. I've heard a whole bunch of names. Matt Campbell from Iowa State, John DeFilippo, George Edwards, which are coordinators from the Minnesota Vikings. I've heard a lot of names, a lot. Who do you think should be the coach? The 2 names that I liked was Bruce Arians and Lincoln Riley. I like those 2 names. The reason why I like those 2 names, Bruce Arians, he's worked with Peyton Manning. He's worked with Kurt Warner. So I believe he would make Baker Mayfield that much better. And why do I like Lincoln Riley? Self-explanatory. He coached Baker Mayfield. Because let's be honest, it's all about the quarterback these days. Let's not kid ourselves. It's all about the quarterback these days. Hugh Jackson was supposed to be a quarterback whisperer. It just didn't work. It's all about the quarterback these days. Bruce Arians has worked with some of the best. He knows his stuff. And Lincoln Riley Riley literally coached Baker Mayfield. That's why I like those two names. Now, more names will come out. More names will come out. That's all I'm saying. Those are the two names right now that I like that are all the rumors. There's been so many rumors of so many names, but those are the two names that stand out to me because the NFL is about the quarterback. The rules have changed for the quarterback. It is a quarterback-driven league, and you want the coach that will best fit your quarterback. That's what you want in this league. Who will get the best out of your quarterback? Who is that going to be? Who is it? Look what Andy Reid is doing with Patrick Mahomes down there in Kansas City. Now, I know it's not playoff time yet, but my goodness, he is flying off the radar, and he's looking like he is going nowhere. Andy Reid I'm talking about. We all know Patrick Mahomes is staying. He's a beast. It's all about the quarterback. That's why I like those two out of the names I've heard so far. Lincoln Riley's coach team. Bruce Arians has worked with some pretty darn good quarterbacks. Who do you guys like? And do I think Lincoln Riley's going to leave? No. But that's who I like. I can like him. But do I think he's going to leave? Nah. But you've seen weirder things happen in this world. Steven says Bill Cowher. I don't think Bill Cowher is going to coach ever again. I just don't. Every time we hear about Bill Cowher, it's just smoke alarms and then nothing happens. Mindy says Lincoln Riley. Eddie said Jason Garrett. Listen, I will quit. I will quit. I don't want to hear about that. LA says the best thing about Bruce is that he wants to be here. He's not looking at it as just a job. His excitement will be contagious. That is a good point, LA. He came out and said this was the only job he would do. The only thing I didn't like, though, is he tried to, endorse Chuck Pagano as well. I don't want Chuck Pagano. No, thank you. I want you, Bruce Arians, if you come out to be the coach. I don't want Chuck Pagano. But I like that comment. Eric says, I think we will win 2, possibly 3 more. We need our bye week real bad to regroup and get healthy. Preach, Eric. The bye week can't come soon enough after this game. So many injuries. We lost Christian Kirksey for the year. Schobert's supposed to be back. Denzel Ward said he plans on playing. So many injuries. It's ridiculous. Alex says he will not leave Oklahoma. Clint says Dorsey will figure it out. Can't wait to see who he gets. We got talent on both sides of the ball, so more coaches will actually want this job. Jim says trust in Dorsey. He will figure it out. And Eddie says, what about Bob Stoops? Excuse me. What about Bob Stoops? I don't want Bob Stoops. I would rather have Lincoln Riley. He's young, energetic, coached Baker Mayfield. Listen, I don't want Bob Stoops. I just don't. I'd rather have Bruce Arians, who's coached in the NFL, who wants to be here, shows he wants to be here, or Lincoln Riley. That is what I'd rather have. Please. Ladies and gentlemen.
We've got a couple YouTube comments there from Roadblocks.
Roadblocks on the YouTube. He says Cowher is Cleveland's fans' wet dream, not mine. Thank you, Roadblocks. And he also says, be interested in hearing your thoughts on Arians, Kitchens, Williams coaching staff with a new coordinator. That would be interesting because Kitchens and Arians. I want Arians. Thank you, my man, Producer G. Freddie Kitchens and Arians. I already like Arians. I have said that. Freddie Kitchens right now, who is running the offense with Greg Williams as the head coach. Bruce Arians is definitely a major upgrade over Greg Williams, to my opinion. No shade over Greg Williams. I would like that combination as long as we have Bruce Williams. But you know what combination I would like better, which I know is a pipe dream that probably won't happen? Bruce Arians and Lincoln Riley as the offensive coordinator, with Lincoln Riley sitting in the wings. I would like that better. I know that's a pipe dream that won't happen. I know it is, but that's what I would like better. But I know that won't happen. I know it's a pipe dream. But I do like that comment from YouTube. Thank you for watching on YouTube. I would like that combination better than Arians and Kitchens. But long as if we got Arians, I'd be happy with that combination. But I would like the dream of Arians and Riley, with Riley waiting in the wings.
Yeah, those of you watching on Facebook Live right now, we appreciate you tuning in. If it's your first time watching, it's the Everything Browns Nation podcast. We stream live every Sunday. We're also over streaming live on YouTube at the same time. That's going to be the best way to get direct access to these shows every week. So make sure you go to YouTube, subscribe, turn on that bell to get the notification, and jump in there too on YouTube. We appreciate it. Follow us on all social media.
Thank you, Producer G. My guy, as Kitchens worked with Bruce Arians in Arizona. Thank you, Clint. Like I said, it's a good combination. That's just my pipe dream. That's all. That's just my dream. It won't happen. I understand. I'm just giving you my dream. You know, we all have dreams. Steven says, he says, I will coach. I'm pretty good in Madden. All right. Robert says, Riley will be exciting too. Robert says Dorsey will pick a young coach for the changing NFL. And Steven says we will win 3 more games. Jim says trusting in Dorsey, he will figure it out. And Calvin says, what up, fellas? And my man Jordan Baker in the building says Chris Collins. I want to thank everybody who is leaving a comment. We are halfway through the show. This is Everything Buckeye. No, it's not Everything Buckeye. See how I caught myself? You see how I caught myself there?
People don't realize how diverse you are. If you didn't know, we have a Buckeye fan show as well. If you guys like Ohio State, go check that out. Everything Buckeye Nation.
It's Everything Browns Nation. It is 11:30. We are halfway home. Ladies and gentlemen, Falcons, Browns, 1 p.m., Fox, Matt Ryan, Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, Julio Jones, Duke Johnson, Tevin Coleman. Yes, Cleveland Falcons. Scores, predictions, big dog of the week. Who do you have winning and why? And let us know in your poll prediction. Poll, not bold, poll. Will the Browns win another game this year? 4-game losing streak. Looking at their schedule, if you have them winning another game, who are they beating? I want you to get specific for me. Who are they going to win? I'm going to read off their schedule. Tell me who they're going to beat. They have Atlanta this week at home. Atlanta has another high-powered offense, but their defense is suspectable. I can't say that word. Their defense can be scored on, by the way. I was trying to use a big word and tore it up. The defense can be scored on. Bye week at Cincinnati. Rivalry, we already know about them. At Houston versus Carolina. At Denver versus Cincinnati. And the season finale of this season for the Browns at Baltimore, who will probably be fighting for a playoff spot. Probably not the division, because that terrible team, Pittsburgh, probably has the division. Who are they beating? If you say yes, let me know in the comments. Who are they beating? Laura says, I get you, Corey. Calvin says diversity. Clint Cole says, what about Peyton Manning as offensive coordinator? Clint Cole, don't get me excited. Clint Cole. It's not going to happen, but If Peyton Manning came to this, man, listen, I will buy me a jersey, even though he's not playing for the Browns. Eddie says Mike D'Antoni, Michigan State head coach. That's not happening. Robert says 38-24 Browns. And Robert Burdett says that. And Robert Watson says Duke got to be the man today. Watch that man work. Jordan says Julio who this year? That's right. Julio only has 1 touchdown this year. Let's keep it that way. Please keep it that way. He has a lot of yards, but only 1 touchdown. Keep it that way. Eric says big dog of the week is Chubb, 100 yards, 1 touchdown. Eddie says big dog Chubbs, 15, 124, 2 touchdowns. Atlanta wins 31-17. Too much Matty Ice. You know what? I hate Matt Ryan, and I hate the Atlanta Falcons. I hate them with my soul because they blew the Super Bowl, and I will never forget them. LA says Desmond Harrison is inactive, and Greg Robinson gets the start. So Greg Robinson will get the start to protect Baker Mayfield. Please protect him today. We do not need him getting beat up. The offensive line, thank you, LA, for that information. LA does a great job, by the way, if you guys don't know. He is on his stuff. LA with the information. Shout out to LA, my guy, LA. That is the man. Robert says they beat the Bengals twice, Denver and the Ravens. So he got them winning 4 games. All right. Jim says Falcons, Denver, and or Ravens. So he has 2. And Tyler says probably have a good chance of beating the Ravens again or taking it to Cincy. 1 of the 2. And Laura says come to Colorado, Corey. We will win at Denver. All right. So G, everybody has given me their answers on the poll questions. A lot of people have the Browns winning at least 2 more games. At least 2. What is the percentages looking like? I can't see them.
Yeah, so I actually just went ahead and published them. We got 82% saying yes, and we have 18% saying no.
82-18. So you're all saying they're going to win another game, huh? Well, I'm looking at the schedule. It's actually a pretty hard schedule if you look at it. They're playing against every team they're playing against are going to be fighting for playoff spots. Every single one are fighting for playoff spots except Denver. Denver doesn't have a shot at a playoff spot. Denver's not very good. So, if you put my feet to the fire and you put me on truth serum where I could not lie and I had to take my fandom out and my football integrity on the line, if the Browns will win another game, I say if I had to pick one game, I would say the Browns win another game Saturday, December the 15th at Denver, and they snap their road losing streak Saturday, December 15th. If I had to pick a game in Cincinnati's, those are pick'ems because it's a rivalry. But if you put my feet to the fire and truth serum, I would go with at Denver, December the 15th, week 15, 4:30. That is the game I would pick. Ladies and gentlemen. Eddie says they beat Denver. No, Cincinnati, Denver, and Baltimore. Robert says bless them. Calvin says we're winning all of our remaining games because I believe in us in my sleep. Steven says Broncos, Cincinnati, and Ravens. Eric says is Ward active today? From what I am seeing, he said he is going to play. He was limited in practice, and he's listed as questionable. From everything I've seen, he said he is going to go out and play. He better play. I hope he plays because I know he wants to go out there and go against Julio Jones. Robert Watson says LA is the dog. Yes, he is. And Calvin says they did blow that Super Bowl SMH. Yes, they did. Calvin says Browns will win by 3. Dave says no, our Cleveland Browns will not win another game this season. Write them now and play for a top 5 draft selection. Jim says Saturday, December 15th. LA says no other notable people out this week. Denzel Ward will be playing. That is great to hear. He was listed as questionable. He said he wanted to play. He's a fighter, man. Julio Jones, he wants to go up against him. He has just been going against the wave against receivers this year. It's just going to make him better. And Robert says, I say we get 4 wins, Falcons, Ravens, Broncos, and Bengals. I love the faith. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, I say Denver. That's the game if I had to pick one, it would be Denver. That is what I would pick. LA asks, have I been looking at the draft? I have not been looking at the draft yet, LA. But listen, if there was one guy I would want, it would be my guy, Nick Bosa, even though he did get hurt. That's the guy I would want. I don't think we're going to be high enough to get him, but that would be the one guy I would want if we could get him right now. I haven't looked at anybody else yet in the draft, but that would be the one guy I would want is Nick Bosa, but everybody wants him. But to pair him with Myles Garrett, Agba, that defensive line would be nasty, but I don't think we're going to draft high enough to get him right now. But it all depends who is at the top of that draft board. It all depends because the Giants definitely better pick a quarterback. But the 49ers, who knows? And LA says, oh, you homer. That's right. That is right. And I am not going to deny it. Robert says Duke gets the game ball today. And Alessandro says Browns win by 10. They get Duke involved more. Ladies and gentlemen, Everything Browns Nation, 40 minutes in. I want to thank everybody for making a comment. Wasn't here last week. I do apologize for that. You know, things happen in life. Felt like a bag of crap. But I'm here now. Let me know where you're making your comments from. Let me know, where are you at today? Where are you watching the game? Where are you watching it? Do you believe the Browns could beat Atlanta? If you had truth serum, would you pick the Browns to beat Atlanta today? Matt Ryan and Atlanta come in today on a 3-game winning streak. Will they make it 4 against Cleveland? Let me know in the comment section. Give me your big dog of the game. What do big dogs do, ladies and gentlemen? You know what big dogs do. That's what they do, ladies and gentlemen. Eric says, do you want to go offense or defense with our first pick? I kind of want to tackle. Robert says, your show is the bomb, brother. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Eric, you're right. Listen, if I take my fandom and my homer out, we don't really need Nick Bosa. I would love to have Nick Bosa. We need offensive tackles. We need playmakers badly. So you're right. We need offensive line help bad. So Baker's not running for his life. I just would like Nick Bosa. But we need offensive linemen and we need playmakers. But with the first pick, you don't have to go get a wide receiver. You can get that in the second and third rounds. But you're right. We need that dominant. We need some line help badly, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. And for some reason, my technology is messed up and I can't read your comments. So I'm going to keep talking and hopefully my technology comes back up. And let me go to another device because I brought 2 because sometimes you have to do that. And that device volume is not down because I am stupid. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Hugh Jackson gone. Greg Williams is in his second game as a coach. He has already stated Duke Johnson will be a focal point of this offense. And that is all we have asked for as fans about what? All year long, that's what we've been asking for. And I have been pounding this table saying, get Duke Johnson the ball. And in his first game, oh my goodness, he did it. That's what I'm looking for. Get Duke Johnson the ball. It's not that hard, ladies and gentlemen. Jim says, Cleveland, Ohio, in my Browns uninterruptible man cave war room. I like it. Tyler says, we have ball hawking defense and we aren't going up against a KC offense. We should be good if our offense can move the way it did last week. And Robert says, I hope they continue to get Baker out of the pocket with the rollouts. And Tom Savage says, go Browns from Cincinnati. I like the comment that Robert made. Getting Baker out of the pocket is key. First of all, he's 6'1" at best. 6'1", short. Get him out of the pocket. Alleviate some of that pressure that he gets inside of the pocket. Give him cleaner windows to throw the ball. Get him in rhythm early in the game. Get Duke Johnson the ball. Run Nick Chubb. The Atlanta Falcons, ladies and gentlemen. Where's my notes? I don't know where my notes is. I had some good numbers on the Atlanta Falcons. I just don't know where I did with them. Opposing running backs against the Atlanta Falcons. This is why I think Duke Johnson is very key out of the backfield. Running backs against the Falcons, 8.5 receptions per game. Most in the NFL. Running backs against the Atlanta Falcons, ladies and gentlemen. That is key. Eight catches a game running backs against the Falcons. That is most in the NFL. And quarterbacks that throw the running backs against the Falcons complete 84% of the time. 84% of the time. Second highest in the NFL against the Falcons. And they average 64 receiving yards a game. That's third in the NFL. Duke Johnson is key in this game. And I would even throw a little to Chubb too, because nobody sees that coming. Nobody sees Chubb out of the backfield. Not one person. Not even me. Duke Johnson is key. They're going to look for that, but who cares? They can't stop it. The numbers show it. Get Duke Johnson the ball out of the backfield today as much as possible. Atlanta cannot defend it. The numbers show it. That's what we have to do. And Jamie Collins is getting called out by Robert Watson, and I like it. He says, I'd like to see better effort from Collins today. And that's why I love fans. So I'm not the only one calling out people. Jamie Collins, Robert Watson has put you out on notice. He wants better effort from Jamie Collins. That's why we got you from New England. Don't make Bill Belichick look smart again and look like he just got rid of you at the right time. Roadblock, my man Roadblock, Cleveland Browns channel on YouTube. Thank you for watching. This is another Browns fan's dream will be Phil Dawson retiring and being hired as the Browns special teams coach. I like that. He says, we love our Buckeyes too. And he says 2 more winnable games unless we show massive improvement as Denver and Baltimore. I appreciate that. Thank you for making a comment and watching this show. Make sure you guys subscribe to that YouTube channel too. And he said that would be epic. I think he was talking about the offensive coordinator, Lincoln Riley and Bruce Arians. Thank you for watching that. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel too. We are also live on YouTube and Facebook. We will be all over the place. Fan Chat Nation, get your big dog of the week in the comment section. Who's it going to be? Njoku should get some more looks today, says Tom Savage. Thank you, Roblox, Cleveland Browns channel, for making that comment. Appreciate you checking us out on YouTube. We will be here every week, except last week, 11 to 12. Me and my guy, Producer G, as the Cleveland Browns take on Atlanta today. Greg Williams' second game. The poll question, which has been answered, will the Browns win another game this year? I said, I'll give them Denver if you put Truth Serum on me today. I said Denver, and Tom said if he's not hurt, Ngochi will get some looks today. He's supposed to play today. He was dealing with multiple injuries, but he is going to play today. They have to get Njoku the ball. He's our biggest threat. He's our most athletic threat as far as a receiver. In my opinion, he should do more. He does have the dropsies that he has to work on, but he should be way more involved than what he is. He's too athletic. We have to get him the ball more. Get Njoku the ball, especially in the red zone. He's our biggest target. Find the mismatch. Throw him a fade. It's not hard. Throw him a fade. He's too athletic. And Njoku, catch the ball. Don't make me look stupid, because I hate it. If I want to look stupid, I want it to be because of me, not because of you. And Steven says his big dog is Freddie Kitchens. And Robert says Ngochi needs to step it up. And Tom says, doesn't Atlanta have a terrible pass defense? Yes, they do. And it's highlighted by the running backs for sure. The running backs are absolutely terrible. I mean, defending the running backs. I'm sorry, not their running backs. Defending the running backs are terrible. The Falcons against the pass, their total defense, they're number 28, and they're number 29 against the pass. So that tells you all you need to know. They're number 17 against their run, against the run. They're not good against the pass. This is why Baker should be able to have a good game today. This is one of the games where our offense should take a step forward, not a step backwards. We've had games this year when we play bad defenses and we do nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that shouldn't happen. Like Tampa Bay. We went to Tampa Bay, and in the first half, we absolutely stunk. That shouldn't happen. This team cannot cover anybody. We need to take advantage of that. Number 28th in total defense, 29th against the pass. We should be able to take advantage of that. Landry, Ngochi, Duke Johnson. Take advantage of it. Hollywood Higgins, take advantage of it. We got to get it going. 17th against the run. And that's middle of the road. It's not super dominant. We should be able to take advantage of that too. We just got to stop them. No penalties. No penalties. No turnovers. That is key. Robert says Browns pick up 7th Rookie of the Year week honors this week, Baker. You know, they should just rename it to the Cleveland Browns Rookie of the Week award. Rookie of the Week award. We've always got somebody winning it. Always. Just give it to Cleveland every week. Congratulations to Baker Mayfield. Just give it to somebody on Cleveland every week. I'm going to go out on a limb. Somebody on Cleveland's winning it this week. Who's going to win it this week? You guys pick one. Is it going to be Chubb? Is it going to be Baker? Or is it going to be Ward? In the comment section, let me know. Who's going to win the Rookie of the Week this week? Chubb, Baker, or Ward? It's going to be one of them. Who's it going to be? It's one of the three. We all know it's going to be one of them. One of them is going to win it this week. Harlan says, our O-line should shine today for sure. Get Duke in space and pound them with Chubb. And Hollywood is back too. Let's get this win. LA makes a good point, but you know what, LA? That shows you how bad the rookies are this year, that they have to pick somebody on the Browns because our rookies are playing that well. He says he hates the Rookie of the Week, especially if we lose the game. It's lame to him. I get it, But there's no other rookies playing that well to give it to. Josh Allen's ouchie. Saquon Barkley has Eli Manning, so he's bye-bye. Who else is there playing well enough to give it to? Sam Darnold is playing terrible, and now he's hurt, so he's not going to get it. So there's really nobody else playing good enough to give the award to. Everybody thought it was going to be Saquon Barkley probably every week, but Eli Manning's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. So it kind of just knocked Saquon Barkley out of the running. And we have 3 pretty darn good rookies. So I understand what you're saying. If you lose, why should you get the award? But there's nobody else to give it to because we had the 3 best rookies. Eric Muncie says Ward pick 6 today. Chase says Baker ATLD is trash. And Jake says Callaway is due for a big game. They need to get him involved early. Tom says still liking Chubb as rookie of the week. He can catch out of the backfield. Eddie says Bobby Paterno is available. Louisville just fired him. And Robert Williams says, I do agree with you, LA, but it's promising to see our rooks do so well. Eddie, Bobby Paterno, really? No! Come on, Eddie. Come on, Eddie. Bobby Paterno, really? Steven says, I give one more win. I said 3 wins. Let's make it 4. Browns win 31-30. All right. A lot of people picking the Browns today. A lot of people picking the Browns today. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? I don't know. Big dog of the week. I'm going to go to my big dog of the week. I didn't give G my big dog of the week. That's my bad. My bad, G. My bad. I'm going to give you a hint. I've been talking about him all day long, and his name rhymes with Luke. My big dog of the week. I've been talking about him all day long. Atlanta can't defend running backs out of the backfield. We got him involved last week. It's time. My big dog of the week is Duke Johnson. You know what big dogs do. Ladies and gentlemen, Duke Johnson has to be the big dog of the week this week. I'm not saying Baker Mayfield because, listen, we know Baker Mayfield is going to have to pass because I believe Atlanta is going to put up points today, and we're going to have to match them. Duke Johnson out of the backfield. The numbers show they cannot defend running backs out of the backfield. We have to exploit that, and that is his strength. I'm going with Duke Johnson as my big dog of the week. Last week, Duke Johnson went 9 receptions, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'm going to go a little bit bigger this week. I mean, if you have a big dog of the week, you don't say 7 catches, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns. That ain't no big dog numbers. That's regular numbers. I'm going big dog of the week, ladies and gentlemen. My big dog of the week goes to Duke Johnson. I'm going 11 catches, 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm going 3 because they can't stop running backs. He might as well be our third option as a receiver behind Landry and Ngochu. Maybe number 2 behind Landry. Just maybe. That's my big dog of the week. 3 TDs, 11 catches, 100 yards for Duke Johnson. That's my big dog of the week, Duke Johnson. You all know what big dogs do. Let me know what your big dog is in your predictions. LA says Falcons 38-20. Scott says, don't forget about Duke Johnson. He needs to see the field a lot today. I didn't, Scott. I got you. Tom says Browns 28-24. Robert says, I know we will win today. I will eat my hat if we lose. I'm that confident. Robert Watson, I come on here and I put my feet to the fire. And when I'm wrong, I admit it. So, Robert, you will eat your hat if we lose.
He's going to eat his hat.
Eat his hat. That's what he said.
Of all things, why the hat?
I know. Why the hat? There's so many things you can eat, and you said a hat. Robert Watson, you're my guy. I love the fans. So if we lose, I want to see some hat eating.
You don't have to send us a video of you
Send us a
eating
video.
that hat. How you going to eat a hat? Like, where would you even start? You going to rip it off like a steak? Like, ah.
Oh, I love the fans, man. That's why I love doing this, man.
You going to have to cut it up with some scissors or something? In little chunks.
Right. Eat that hat. Bro, I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it. My man said he's going to eat the hat. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I can't even talk. My man said he's going to eat the hat. I hope they win for you, man. Oh, man, you got my man cracking up over here.
Hey, we are keeping him in mind.
Yes.
Because I want to see that if that happens.
Yes, Robert Watson. I am actually writing it down right now. Robert Watson. Here's my pen.
We're going to come back to that.
And I'm writing Robert.
So if the Browns win, he's got to eat his hat.
Browns lose.
Oh, if the Browns lose, he's got to eat his hat.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, if they lose. That's how confident he is. Woo!
Oh, man.
Tom Savage says Miles needs to step up and get a few sacks today. Needs to get them off the field on Thursday. And I agree with you, Tom. Third downs is key today. Laura BP says she wants a video. LOL. LA says, hey, Robert Watson, are you going to have some A1 sauce with that hat? Oh, man. Oh, Teddy says, we get the win today, but I'm feeling it. Baker puts him in a shootout, and Ward comes up with a big game INT, 42-35. Robert Watson says, not going to happen. I'm good. He's backtracking now. Eric says, we need video. The Browns. Steven says, the Browns nations are the big dogs of the week. Robert says, Robert Watson, you are the man, says Eric. That was a good one. Oh, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the show where everybody has put their scores and predictions in, their big dogs of the week. And now it is my time to give you my score, my prediction. All right. So not everybody's on the Browns, but about 95% of you are all on Cleveland. Well, Greg Williams' second game as head coach, going against another high-powered offense on a 3-game winning streak. And here's the portion of the show where people are going to hate me, but that is okay. I got thick skin. I can take it. I'm a realist and a fan at the same time. And if I'm wrong, I will roast myself. I like being wrong. That's what y'all don't understand. I love it because it means my team wins. But I don't see it today. And here's why. Atlanta's offense is just good. And on defense, we're ouchy. Yeah, players are coming back, but they're not 100%. We're ouchy. We're losing players. And I just don't see it. I don't see us winning. I could be wrong, but I think Atlanta beats us today 34-24. I think we lose by 10 in a valiant effort, but I think Atlanta and that offense is just too much for us today. 34-24, I think we lose by 10. Baker puts on a good show. Duke gets 3 touchdowns, but it's not enough. I think we lose 34-24 going into the bye week. I don't see us winning. Hopefully I'm wrong and I can come in here and roast myself, but I don't see us winning. I got Falcons 34-24, and like I said at the beginning of the year, I had us losing this game. It's not like I switched anything. 34-24. I had the Falcons winning. Let me see what the comments are saying. Robert says he'll be eating Flamion tonight. Eric says Falcons 31-24. Robert says nope, nope, nope. And then Robert Burdett says, will you eat your hat if the Browns win? Ladies and gentlemen, Robert's hat is trending in everything Browns Nation. Hashtag will Robert eat his hat? I appreciate everybody for watching. Robert says nope. I love y'all. Glad to be back. Come on, Browns. Prove me wrong so I can roast myself next week. We got to bye next week. I will see y'all next week, 11 to 12. Everything Browns Nation. He is Producer G. I'm Corey Boyd. Subscribe to YouTube. Like us on Fan Chat Nation, everything Browns Nation around the world. We want to make this nation as big as possible. Corey Boy, Producer G, and I'm out. Yeah.